All right, first day of school for Treasure Valley students, and this school year is starting a little differently than expected for some of those students, meaning the transgender students. Before last week, because of Senate Bill 1100 that went into effect this summer, any transgender student would be forced to use the bathroom or locker room that coincides with their birth gender, not the gender with which they identify. But last week, a federal judge temporarily blocked the enforcement of that law, while the lawsuit against it makes its way through the courts, which basically took school policies back to before the transgender bathroom bill became law. So what does that mean? How many schools will be impacted by this? Well, earlier this year, we covered the Caldwell School District extensively when their board tried to implement a gender identity inclusion policy, what became known as Policy 3281. What we learned at that time was there were nearly 24 school districts, other school districts, out of the 117 in Idaho that had such a policy in place or something similar. For example, Blaine County School District, they had a similar policy in place, have had one since 2016. And we were told then they've had 0 reported instances of a student abusing that policy to the detriment of others. That was according to their superintendent. We also learned Idaho School Boards Association helped write the model for 3281 because of demand from several school districts. Today, we learned, after last week's court ruling, ISBA sent out guidance to its member districts to explain what the restraining order or the temporary restraining order means to them. And basically, it means school districts just do nothing. If your school district had a gender inclusion policy for bathrooms and locker rooms before SB 1100, well, then it's still in play. If yours didn't, well, then you still don't. As far as the lawsuit against Senate Bill 1100, there's a hearing scheduled for September 13th.